by the way, is about $1,000 per ounce. Then Solomon's annual take was $733 million. And that does not include all the wealth that he got from foreign dignitaries when they came to visit. I don't know where all this money is coming from. I don't know how he's getting it all. We do know that Solomon did tax the people pretty heavily, but this is an incredible budget. I mean, for a king of his day to be dealing with $733 million worth of gold, not counting the foreign dignitaries and their gifts, that's remarkable. And then if you look at 1 Kings 11:3, it says, he had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines. In his day, having all those women meant that you were really rich, because frankly, it takes a lot of money to keep 1,000 women happy. Sorry. If I had 1,000 wives, I would give most of them away. I would give all of them but one away, and I would keep the one that I've got now. And that is a lesson to all of you guys when it comes to family issues. One woman only. Because it causes Solomon a whole lot of problems. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But from the outside perspective, he had it all. He was the smartest guy on the earth. He was the richest guy on the earth. And this guy had enough women that would boggle most men's minds. 300 wives of royal birth, 700 wives of royal birth, and 300 concubines. My goodness. People of his day must have looked up to him. 1 Kings 10:23-25 says this, King Solomon was greater in riches and wisdom than all the other kings of the earth. The whole world sought audience with King Solomon to hear the wisdom God had put in his heart. Year after year, everyone who came brought a gift, articles of silver and gold, robes, weapons and spices, horses and mules. But of course, you all know this, image isn't everything. Take a look with me at 1 Kings 11, 1-4, where we see what this wife situation did for Solomon. 11, 1-4, it says, King Solomon, however, loved many foreign women besides Pharaoh's daughter. Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and the Hittites. They were from nations about which the Lord had told the Israelites, you must not intermarry with them, because they will surely turn your hearts after their gods. Nevertheless, Solomon held fast to them in love. He had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines, and his wives led him astray. As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to the Lord his God, as the heart of David his father had been. Solomon had all these women, he had all the riches, he had all this wisdom, he had all this stuff going for him, and yet the image of his success masked the fact that his heart was rotting away from the inside. I want to show you a couple family portraits. I just grabbed some off the internet here. And so here's the first one. This family, I think, looks great. You know, they're all wearing white, so they match. And if you can think back to the last time you took a family portrait, there was probably some female in your household who told you all to wear the same color shirt. And all to have sort of, you know, nice clothing, and to comb your hair, and to brush your teeth, and to do whatever it was that needed to be done to make you look more acceptable than you normally do. And so here you've got a family where, except for the baby who is uncontrollably frowning, you've got the rest of them with a very pretty nice smile on them. And little do you know, of course I don't either, but that little girl might grow up to be something distasteful. Maybe that mom has been taking crack cocaine for the last week, and she is really high, not just smiling. Maybe the guy has an issue where he is up late at night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, browsing things on the internet that he shouldn't be looking at. We don't know anything about these people except that that photograph makes them look really good. Of course, we've got this family on the beach, and they're wearing the silk shirts and all that kind of stuff, and we have no idea what's really going on when they go home. It might even be that they all just go to their separate rooms and never talk to each other. They probably haven't had a meal together in 10 years because the kids just go to the refrigerator whenever they want and grab whatever they want. We don't know. Or maybe this family, which really looks traditional, maybe they hate each other's guts. Or this family, I mean, consider all the problems they have rooting for Baltimore. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and they're even flaunting it. And little do they know that later on today and this season, their disappointment is going to be gigantic. They might even get a divorce over the trauma of such a failed situation. I just wanted to throw that one in there. But picture Solomon's family. I picked these guys because I kind of thought we could pretend they're Solomon. Here's Solomon, you know, he's got his cowboy hat on and he's got his nice cute look. Well, I guess that's not really Solomon. If this were going to be Solomon, we'd probably have to do that. No, that's not enough. We need that. There you go. That's even not even close to Solomon. I mean, he had 700 wives of noble birth and 300 who were just, you know, hanging around as his concubines. Now, I like this right here. If you zoom in, you get to see his face right there. And but his son is smiling too. Take a look at that. I mean, I want to just do this one more time. You got Solomon, you got his wives coming up. Here we go, bing, and then the next wives, bing, and then here's his face. And you don't even know what's going on in his heart, because he's confused like you would not believe. He has no idea how to manage this cacophony around him. And what is he teaching his son? See, that's the thing. Solomon was from a family history that was devoted to God, but still had some major issues. You see, there was a cancer in Solomon's life. In his family, there was a cancer of pride and self-indulgence that he passed on to his son, the smiling little boy surrounded by hundreds of women. Look at this. If you flip over to the back side of your note sheet, you can see this little verse about Solomon's son when he became king. The king, Rehoboam, answered the people harshly. Rejecting the advice given him by the elders, he followed the advice of the young men and said, "My father made your yoke heavy. I will make it even heavier."